Hello, you guys. We are going to talk about bridal and nail art today. Now, obviously, as you can see, these are not as traditional styles for bridal and nail art. What I did was compile 4 different wedding dresses that were like a little bit untraditional, a little bit unorthodox of styles to kind of use as inspiration to create these designs for some nail art. So let's go ahead and get into them. Okay, so this first one here is definitely the most traditional, I would say, of the 4 that I chose. It's this nice like taupey nude, warm taupey nude kind of a color with the nice like lace overlay. So pretty. I absolutely love it. So this is the color here that I chose. It's from Model 1's cheapy little Amazon gel polish. I'm doing 2 coats of that, curing for 60 seconds each in between. And then I am going to use some transfer foils. So this lace design is a transfer foil. The best gel for this is the Elle transfer foil gel. I cure it for a full 2 minutes, and I make sure that the coat that I apply is not too thin, but it's not too thick. So I do it thicker than like a layer of gel polish, but not like a builder layer or anything like that. This is the foil that I'm using, this beautiful rose white lace kind of vibe. I love it. So I just cut off a piece of that, place it on top of that cured gel, and I use the back of my tweezers to kind of rub it down and make sure it's all really nice and flat along the surface of the nail. Once you pull it off, there is your image. And I decided to go for a matte top coat for this one. I think it's honestly just more visible. The like rose lace vibe is just more visible because I didn't want it to be too in your face for like a bridal nail set, but I just think it's a little bit more visible, the contrast between the 2 colors when you leave it matte. This here is dress number 2, a little bit of greenery, a little bit of tulle, so I thought maybe we could use just a little bit of sparkle. This is my favorite milky white polish that I have. I have used this on probably 90% of brides that I have done. Brides always want this milky white with a white chrome on top or a French manicure. That is typically what I do on brides, but we're going a little bit out of the box for this video. So I do 2 coats of that milky white shade, cure them in between, and then I'm gonna do a layer of my Cocoist Mega Stick base in between because I'm gonna use some self-adhesive stickers and I like to apply those on top of a base coat. So I do a nice thin layer of Mega Stick by Cocoist, and then I'm gonna wipe off that inhibition layer with some alcohol. Then I will go in with the sticker on top of that. So it's nice and dry and it's not slippy. Then I'm going to top that off with the gold VIP status. This is my favorite stinking glitter that I own. The silver one is also really pretty, but if you're looking for a fine shimmer, this is the one I always go for. Then I'm going to do a little bit of a builder layer of the Cocoist Mega Stick base. It's a very flexible gel. It's my favorite gel that I use on 90% of my clients. Better for shorter nails because it is a more flexible gel, but I'm just building that up on top of the sticker primarily because it will last longer, kind of helps the sticker look a little bit more one with the nail. And if your stickers like to lift, encapsulating them with a gel like this is a really great option. Here is dress number 3. We went with a little bit more of a gothic vibe, a little bit more lace as well, but we're gonna do black lace this time. In hindsight, I wish I did a little bit of a lighter gray color. I went with Silhouette by CND, and I think it's like a little too dark. I would have preferred a little bit more contrast between the gray and the black of the lace, but hindsight's 2020. So I'm doing 2 coats of Silhouette by CND, and then I'm doing 1 coat, again, not super thick, but not super thin either, Elle transfer foil gel. Cure that for 2 minutes. I'm going to chop off a little piece of my lace. That's so pretty. I love this lace. It looks like, it like reminds me of Halloween for some reason. So I'm gonna lay that down on top of that cured gel, and then I'm gonna press that down with the back of my tweezers again. Now this time, because this nail is longer, I felt like it was necessary to kind of trim the edges on either side just to help the foil lay flatter, because a nail is curved, and when you lay your foil down, it can have the tendency to kind of fold under, and then your image isn't like uniform. You'll have skips in your image basically, and it won't match up and it'll look a little funny. So I'm topping that lace foil with a matte top coat because we're gonna do some stamping. It's my favorite way to stamp is on top of a matte top coat. I thought it might be fun. I don't know, maybe there's a bride out there somewhere who would wanna do a little initial moment, maybe on the ring finger. So my married name, starts with an L, so I did a little L initial in this really cool, like old English type of font. I thought it kind of matched like the Gothic vibes, really pretty. Then there's like this little strip on the very edge of the nail that I totally missed with my transfer foil. So I'm just really lightly going over just that area with the gel again, the transfer foil gel, curing it for 2 minutes, and then I use just a little strip to kind of fill in that little gap. So here I'm going to go ahead and top coat this one with my Ultra Glossy Top Coat by Cocoa West. It's the best top coat of all time. And really quick, I just wanted to show you what it looked like both ways. Here's matte and here's glossy. I think for this one, I think I like glossy better. I don't know. It's definitely easier to see the lace and the letter when it's matte. So I guess it just kind of depends on the vibe you're going for. Here is dress number 3, and full disclosure, I picked this dress because I wanted to use this color right here by Cocoa West, Coral Pink Petals. It is one of my favorite gel colors that I own. It's a nice sheer coral pink, believe it or not. So as you can see, it's pretty sheer. I am going to build it up just a little bit more so that you can get a little bit more pigment out of it. And it's even prettier on 2 coats, I swear, but I wanted to keep it a little bit more on the nude side for a bride. So I just did 1 coat of that. I'm going to matte top coat that really quick because we're going to do a French fade using my Magpie Baby pigment. And I'm using a super cheap old e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, okay? I really could stand to replace this bad boy, but I am just going in with some powder on the very tip of the nail. You want the most pigment there, and then you're gonna kind of rub back and forth. Think of like eyeshadow. That's why I prefer working with powders, because I have a lot of experience in blending powder eyeshadows. So I'm starting at the tip with the most pigment, and then as I rub, there's gonna be less product on my brush. So as there's less product on my brush, I bring it toward the cuticle and blend it out really, really well. Once that's all applied, I'm gonna go ahead and top that off with my Glass Slipper Top Coat by Tammy Taylor. I'm gonna cure that for 60 seconds, and then we're gonna go in with our chrome. This is the chrome I'm using. It's like a nice pearly white chrome. It's super pretty, super easy to use. First, I go in with a little silicone tool to burnish that into a non-wipe top coat. As far as I'm aware, that's the only stipulation for how to apply these, because a lot of brands will try and sell you like specific gels for chrome. That's great, try them. I find that you can just burnish it into a non-wipe top coat, and I do find that the Tammy Taylor one is my favorite for burnishing chrome into. So I'm starting out with the silicone tool to burnish it in, and then I really, truly my favorite way, my preferred way is just my gloved finger. Burnish it in, make sure you kind of dust off any like little glitter particles that are hanging back, and then top coat over that chrome one more time. Same one, Glass Slipper by Tammy Taylor. So here is design number 4, all finished, nice French fade. And here is a little shot of all 4 dresses with their inspired nail designs. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos of mine, and I will see you guys next time. Y'all, a ladybug just landed on my head.
I'm so cold. Yeah, my heart's sinking like a